Welcome to another video. You've got Mr. Everything English. Now, recently guys, on my Instagram, I put up a Q&A and I asked you guys, what is one of your biggest struggles? What is something you really find tough to deal with? And a lot of you said the following two things to me. It was about motivation and consistency. So I thought, guys, let me give you my 2 cents on this.
Everything Education. Tuition for maths, English and science.
Guys, you know, you've heard this before, and I'm going to try to be as honest as possible. Motivation is a dream, and motivation is a luxury. You know, motivation is what is 1% of success. It's really 1% of success. Motivation is what gets you going. It's the drive, right? So if you're preparing for exams, motivation is the drive. It's what wakes you up. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. But motivation literally ends there. How many people have the motivation to lose weight? Loads of them. They watch TikTok videos and Instagram videos of guys doing pull-ups and press-ups and one more rep and you got this. And they're sitting at home gassed thinking, yes, I'm gonna do that. But they go to sleep, they wake up, and they continue as though they haven't seen that motivational video. How many people these days push wellness where they say, wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. and then I'm gonna journal, and then I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I'm gonna meditate for half an hour, and then I'm gonna do this and do this and do this. And people watch it and they get motivated. I'm gonna start that. But the next day comes and nothing changes. Guys, motivation is a bunch of nonsense, my people. It's a bunch of nonsense. You gotta do things whether you like it or not. Not because you're motivated, but because you have to. If you do things that motivate you, that you want to do, then that's fake, guys. Guys, you know when I built this business and I built YouTube and whatever I did, do you know, guys, I used to wake up at 7 in the morning and I used to go to work. I used to go to school, I used to teach all day, go to meetings, finish work at around 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I would get in my car and I would drive to do tutoring. From 6 to 9, I would be tutoring for 3 hours. At 9 o'clock, I would drive, and at 9:30, I would start filming content for YouTube, Instagram, because back then TikTok wasn't a thing. I would normally finish filming at about 11:30, 11:45 at night. Then I would go home, go sleep, wake up at 7 and do all that again. And in break times and lunch times, I would, if I'm free, I would sit there and edit my content. Did I do that because I was motivated? No, it sucked, man. I remember it used to be dark in the morning and dark in the evenings and I never saw sunlight. I was just working. I didn't see friends, I didn't see family. I was just doing what I had to do. Not because I was motivated, guys, but because I was disciplined. I was focused on the goal. I knew what I wanted to do. And I knew that this responsibility is on my shoulders. I can't make excuses and say, oh, this didn't work because of that person and that person. Now look, I believe in God. And I believe that you do your bit and that's all you can do. The rest of it, you rely upon God. However, that part of there, you doing your bit, you gotta do your bit to the best of your ability. You can't buy the ingredients for a cake. You can't buy the egg and the margarine and the flour and stand there and say, oh, please make all these things come together. It's not gonna work. You gotta pull your sleeves up and you gotta get to work. You gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta make the ingredients, put them together, put it in the oven. You need to do your bit. So guys, this thing about I'm not motivated to revise, I don't blame you. Who in the world wants to sit there in their spare time reading Macbeth and reading Christmas Carol and reading chemistry and physics and maths? Nobody. If you could choose between doing that and maybe playing a sport or even going on your phone, watching TV, chilling with your family, everyone would choose this. But those of you who choose this, it links to the second point about consistency. You do what you do because you understand the wider mission and the wider objective. You're like a person possessed. You strive for excellence. Guys, I believe that about me. Everything I do, I believe that I can be the best at it. Not on day one, but if I keep doing it every single day, I believe that I can be the best. Now, best doesn't mean I'm comparing myself to other people. It's my own expectation. I strive for excellence. And that's what you should do. I'm sick of these people. You don't need GCSEs. You don't need A-levels. Who the heck are you to talk? You can't be 30 years old, having lived a life, then saying you don't need GCSEs. How do you know? Everyone in life has a different path. If I didn't get my GCSEs and I didn't get my degree, me personally, I couldn't do what I do now. But forget that. Forget the money, forget the grades, forget everything. At every stage of life, you should be doing the best at whatever it is you're doing at that time. So if you're in year 11 and you're prepping for GCSEs, forget motivation. You should strive to get the best at that moment in time. Because no matter what happens, you're going to do the exams anyway. Whether you are dragged into the hall, kicking and screaming, or whether you do that with confidence because of your preparation, you're going to do it. When you go to work, if you start a business, whatever you do in life, if you don't strive for excellence, you're kidding and cheating yourself. So guys, when it comes to motivation, it's a bunch of BS. Forget about it, put it in the bin. Learn to do things because you need to get it done. And that will provide you discipline and consistency. And then my last point about this whole idea. Don't make life hard for yourself by adding unnecessary boundaries. One of the biggest problems that we have, not you, I'm in the same bracket. Guys, our phones are poisonous. Our phones take a lot of our time. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you go on the phone. Then you go take a dump, the first thing you do is you go on your phone. Then you go to school, every lesson, you're there trying to go on your phone. Lunchtime, no one's talking to each other, no one's doing anything because you're sitting there on your phone. Then you come home and you might revise if you're lucky. But what do? You revise for 2 hours, but out of those 2 hours, you spend half of it on your phone, revising apparently. Phones, tech is lovely, it has its place, but guys, when it comes to work, block out all the distractions. You know guys, when I plan my content for YouTube and I plan how to expand my business and what I'm gonna do, I sit with a pen and a book and I write down everything I wanna do. Literally all my ideas, everything. And like a robot, I stick to my plan. Right now guys, I run my own business. If I stopped making YouTube videos, no one can say anything to me. I'm not accountable to nobody. If I decide that, you know what, I don't fancy teaching anymore, I'm just gonna let staff do all the hours, I can do that. I'm not accountable to no one. But as I said, I'm only accountable to me because I strive for excellence. When I started YouTube, you might laugh at me, but I did it because I wanted to be the best English YouTuber at some point. I didn't start just to be here. So from making videos in my car, continue. When I left my job during COVID to pursue the business, I was a madman. I left my job during lockdown. Who does that? But I did that because I believed in myself and I believed in the process. Now guys, look, this is not about me, but I'm trying to make you understand that this whole idea of, man, I don't feel motivated, I can't stick to my timetable. You might get friends who put arm around you and say, oh, it'll be okay, you'll be okay. And you might get teachers who say to you, oh, don't stress yourself out too much. It's not good for your mental health. Trust me, guys, those same people, come results day, they're gonna hold your hand and take you to the room where you sign up for retakes. Strive for excellence for yourself. Don't be scared of hard work. Don't be scared about being uncomfortable. Stop making excuses for excuses for excuses. You gotta kind of toughen up a little bit. Learn to sleep less, learn to work more. Cut out your distractions. If it's your phone, if it's your friends, whatever it is, take control of your life. We got 3 months, 4 months at a push. And this is general life, guys. So please, guys, when it comes to motivation, put it in the bin straight away. Because my whole life I've been doing things, not because I'm motivated, but because I had no other choice but to do them. Second thing, about being consistent and about being disciplined. The moment you start to value yourself as a person and you start to strive for excellence, to be the best that you can be, you will easily become disciplined and you will easily become consistent because you are competing with yourself and nobody else. That is why I'm not a fan of people always sharing grade 9 students. Oh, look at him, he got a grade 9. Look at him, he got a grade 9. I got 100,000 grade 9s. It's not about the grade 9. It's about you achieving the best that you could have achieved. So if your starting point was a grade 1 and you got a grade 5, bravo, my friend, because you did the best that you can do. Don't look at other people. Focus, hone in. You have 4 months, prep appropriately, and get to work. I'm sorry, guys, if I rambled in this video. I hope you found some help, some benefit. As always, it's been Mr. Everything English. Peace.